don't think this is the right vibe yet. I don't. Hold on, collective. Go back. Somebody wants to see you fail because it makes them feel better? Really? Guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I am Essential RockStar'Seed, and we're going to see what's popping today. Keep in mind, take what resonates, leave what does not. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Remind you, what you're doing must be wonderful. It's simplicity wonderful. If someone seeing you fail is going to make them feel better. Someone can't sit alone in their energy. Whoa, this flew out. Loving others is easy when I love and accept myself. So someone has bitter resentment towards you. My heart is open. I allow my love to flow freely. I love myself. I love others and others love me. Maybe somebody feels left out. Someone wants to explain themselves about something they did that they just... I did a classic case of the fuck it's with this energy because it's annoying. Like, somebody doesn't understand no. You got to make them understand no. Somebody got to pull out that spicy side of their character because they think you all giggles. Today, I consciously choose to think loving thoughts, take compassionate actions, and bring forth peaceful energy. You see how it's like you're overshadowing darkness. Someone is in a very dark space, and they're allowed to be for whatever is for the purpose it's supposed to cause. It doesn't mean you stay there. It doesn't mean it's end all be all because you're there. It just means it's time to move around. Excuse me. It's time to move around. I was supposed to be looking for music. So let's see. I hope it's somebody's... No, I don't want that. Not the right vibe. Nope, not the right vibe. You just want to be in your vibe. I just think it's a vibe. Like, I just want to be in my mood. I just want to focus on myself. I feel like you're going through massive breakups. Whether it's just, I just want distance from everybody for no reason. I just want it. Because that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm a light worker in disguise. I don't have to talk about it. I could just be it. Exactly. That could be why you need all this space. I bring peace with me wherever I go. Somebody... Regardless of what they believe your true character is, and I feel like I have to say that, it's none of their business anyway, such nosy people. I feel like you have a different level of responsibility, and you got people nagging about you because you can read the room. They're just nagging about you. That's all. My work is deeply fulfilling. I just feel like you love yourself more than you love meeting new people. And there's nothing wrong with meeting new people. This is a deep blue. I like how pretty it is. But today, I give my best to that which I do, knowing that when one experience is complete, I am led to even more fulfilling and rewarding experiences. You hit a lick And it doesn't always have to be financial, but I think it is financial. And I think that your work moved you away from people, and it's not like it's a love loss. I just feel like your work moves you away from people, places, and things that you used to do. I don't want to say pass the time by, but you have a life. So sometimes you have spurts of socialism and social networking, and then there's times where you need to be by yourself. But I feel like you're more by yourself than you are around people. So whatever the group of people that you could have been recently socially networking with, and that doesn't mean y'all do the same work. You don't have to do the same work. They love your energy, and that's cool, okay? Because I don't say these things to be like nasty or just arrogant towards people, but what I do feel like is something's up with people complaining. Look what flew out. You read the room, and you don't always speak on what you can pick up on. Look, Seven of Cups is on the bottom. I don't know if somebody gets sedated and want to talk their stuff, but this tells me a natural high. This is double Piscean energy, so you are a natural high, and you're captivating. Very, very. People don't forget you, but people don't always know what to do with you. And there's nothing wrong with effective communication. In fact, that's common sense to teach people how to treat you. People get on that high, they chase that high, meaning they chase you in a sense. Somebody feels like that's their mission, to chase after you, the hook, line, and sinker. Look how she's going after. She has a net, and she's going after those flowers and stuff. Like that's somebody's on a euphoria against you. It's an obsession. Maybe you taught somebody how to love, and then it's not always a romantic thing. You could have taught somebody how to love, and they feel like you belong to them, in a sense where you have to be here. Okay, you have to stay with me forever, like it's a new toy. I don't like that energy. First of all, you're a person with feelings who has healthy boundaries, who practice healthy boundaries. And you might be teaching somebody how to do the same thing. But you can't teach an old bitch, old dog new tricks. And I say it like that because it can apply to a man or a woman. Today, I consciously choose to think loving thoughts, take compassionate action, and bring forth peaceful energy. It's an illusion. Someone might be trying to gaslight you, but you see it. The problem is that there is no problem with it. You just don't deal with it. You might have to show your spicy side. Because if you want to bring peace with you wherever you go, I feel like that's distorted. Someone wants to bring you with them wherever they go. You might be the source of peace. You're like God or anything like that, but be careful not to let people idol worship you. I deserve the best, and I accept the best now. I am mentally and emotionally equipped to enjoy a prosperous and loving life. It is my birthright to deserve all good. I claim my good. I think it freaks you out that you could be very solid and authentic in who you are, but you can't help the energy it brings. You can't help some of the energies it brings. You got to beef up on your prayers is what it's telling me. Or fast more, pray more, like find your way into your conviction a lot more. Whatever your vice is, whatever you believe. Did you even pray today? Yes. Arab. We have wronged our souls. If you do not forgive us and have mercy on us, we shall certainly be of the losers. Surah number 7, ayat number 23. The problem is you could have introduced someone to you and it's a little bit too much. Now they want 7 cups worth of it. Like that's euphoria. They done thought of you in many different ways, or want to make you responsible for so many different things, so many options, so many ways they want to use you. In the meantime, let's talk about you. You smell something and you're not falling for it. The Emperor. Hey. Likewise, you could have been having dreams about someone who's magnetic and electrifying, that gets up and goes after what they want. And it could be in a higher algorithm or an alignment between you and this emperor. You could have had a dream about this emperor for no reason or another. Maybe they're just in your subconscious and you're trying to move away from it, but this gives me dreams. You could have had a dream. And you got the bottom is a Six of Cups, because something, whether them or you, y'all don't want this to be over. I think it's mutual. Y'all don't want this to be over. Like, y'all want more from each other. And it feels frustrating, or you feel ambiguous because you never feel like it's the right time. Your work is fulfilling. Like, what you do for a living may not feel like work. But it also seems like y'all have a lot of more, like, it seems like y'all have more in common than, and you want to find the right time and space. You want to create the space to speak about it. Maybe you have to teach each other lessons about loving and accepting yourself. You gotta make sure you're good enough. But the Six of Cups in the upright can represent, and I just said something about dreams, but it's in the reverse. So when it's in the upright, it can represent past tense, like someone has nostalgic. So if it's in reverse, it's like, I'm not ready for this to be over. Hold on, guys. Like, someone has deeper feelings, and they should have told you. That's what it feels like to me. But since they didn't, someone's trying to find a way to get the message to you. You could be having dreams because someone's trying to speak to you. I don't always. A dream can be interpreted in so many different ways. Like, this is more daydreaming or ungrounded, just daydreamy type energy. Where this is like deep, in-depth feelings. Like, you know for a fact this emperor is on your side. I'll say it like that. Okay, reunions, or maybe someone fear they're not going to have a reunion. So basically, you want to let go of the past. You want to focus on the future, maturity. You want to grow up and evolve. Someone also moved past childhood issues, or you're proven to have evolved past childhood wounding, completed some type of therapeutic or counseling sessions. Like, in general, it could talk about letting go of the past. But if it's linked to this emperor, it's like, I want to put the past behind me. Like, there's something about you. This person is drawn to you, even if initially it was a taboo experience. But you could be soulmates. But y'all have been, it's like you experienced nothing but boredom and a lack of passion through whatever this connection was or supposed to be. But I feel like you two were secure in your independence, so you're starting to find it stifling. But you're ready to put your past relationships behind you, or both of you. Maybe this emperor is ready to stop being mad at whatever he used to be heartbroken or upset about, and he wants to get to know you. Like, he's ready to get to know you. Maybe when you initially met him, he could have been experiencing pain, through a breakup or something like that. But a person won't move on until they're ready. So it can indicate you could still be looking at your past relationship through like rose tinted glasses, which would be the Seven of Cups, and comparing anyone new to this person. So this could be the timelines were off. So this Seven of Cups does represent illusions, but the Six of Cups is in reverse. Like, it's like intuitively it tells me someone is getting over their past. They becoming stronger, emotionally stronger. Especially if the Emperor's in the upright. The Emperor in the upright is fair game, is reasonable and just. They want to give someone new a chance. Like it could be boredom for them with what they've been dealing with, and they want to give you a chance. That could be why they're showing up in a dream state or something, or you might have been thinking about them, or I feel like you had a dream about this person. I feel like you did. But also, maybe at the time initially, childhood issues could have been preventing you from finding or accepting a love that you deserve, or accepting the ability to open up to a partner if you were to be in a deeper rooted or more in-depth connection, because you do have loving others is easy when I love and accept myself. Your heart is open. You allow love to flow freely. You're in a different space now. I love myself and I love others and others love me. You're starting to match algorithms. Watch what you think too, because you do have the first one that stuck out was be careful what you think. Like make sure it's not negative or impacting you mentally. Any negative, everybody has negative thoughts, but they're thoughts and they can be changed, to think loving thoughts, to take compassion and action and bring forth a peaceful energy. So someone recognizes you for being just that. Someone also recognizes how different you are. If you have the Lightworker card and the High Priestess and the Seven of Cups, like I would like to learn you. Like you're like one of the most fascinating persons ever now, but someone has the awareness and the emotional depth to see that. So we can see more about the Six of Cups in reverse. You could also, I feel like you're in a more creative space with this High Priestess and the Seven of Cups. The Temperance, exactly. The Temperance is further amplifying the Six of Cups in reverse. So this person is balanced. Very balanced. And that's spiritual. A spiritual evolution. He feel like you would... This Emperor feels like this High Priestess. I feel like the High Priestess is you. But you could put yourself where you fit. Whether you're the Emperor or the High Priestess. But likewise, as it pertains to like business and stuff, you could use your heightened intuition to make a more successful business. And just the High Priestess doesn't speak on what they know, but you could be someone who takes action and you're in a more balanced space. Like it could be, whether it's a spiritual business or any kind of business, you used your heightened intuition to further propel yourself forward. That's dope. Like you use it responsibly. You use what you're gifted at. Like you know how to read the room. You have an instinct. You have that intuition. Like you have insight. You can see things as they happen, or you just have that close connection, that mercy from the Most High about things. Now in this deck, you also have the Emperor. And then you have the Ten of Swords on the bottom, but it's in reverse. So that's something that's not quite over neither. Or someone didn't betray you in a way that you might have thought. This is a little bit... Maybe somebody did cross the line in the past. Or you turn pain into triumph. If that makes sense. But someone wants you to really understand that they were in deep pain. They were suffering and grieving, or someone now realized you were somebody who was struggling and you were a person who was in deep pain. You were suffering, you were grieving. They realize all that now, or just have an open mind and an open heart to it. In a sense, like, I don't mean to say it like that, but it's true. Like they feel like they could have failed, or they see you as a person who doesn't like failure. You hate failure, even though failing is a first attempt in learning. But as hard as you might have tried very hard to keep things on track, like they have a lot of respect, or it's a higher regard for you because they see your character as much work and effort that you've put in, and even though something still managed to like backfire in your face, you still manage to bring peace with you wherever you go. You see what I'm saying? Like, something was trying to be an ongoing feud or something like that. But it's just super cool how you saw yourself through that. You made the effort, and it built character. Like, you were a person, you felt betrayed. Someone realized, they sat down and thought about, this could be an open heart message for you, in a sense where if you had a dream about a person, this is what that dream represented. That they realized that you were a person who felt betrayed, you felt backstabbed, and you could be dealing with the repercussions of somebody else's infidelity or disloyalty, distrust, disdain. Like, you was in a very painful place, and that you may be unwilling, that after the way you felt like you was treated or really was treated, maybe somebody's trying to get honest, that you may be unwilling to want to talk. You may not want to hear what they have to say, because in your mind, they realize in your mind, you feel like it's over. You feel like you can't undo. Nothing can be undone about what was done. Like, they see you as an overachiever. Like, you're somebody who feels like a failure in particular areas of life. Okay, not so much in your independence, but maybe you're a person who pursued or embraced or were more receptive to connections before, and you don't feel like that's something you should be doing because you weren't treated well. Likewise, they want to tell you that they've been cheated on in the past, and they were afraid of seeing it happen again in the present, so they closed their walls to you, and they realized they pushed you away. Now they want to be more receptive, now that they're more balanced or in a more healed space from what the past was. They kind of see your perspective. Maybe they gaslit you. But they rather you get to a place in a space where they can let go, where you can let go of the past in order to move forward. But they needed you to understand that they too had to get to a place and space where they could let go of their past to be able to see you correctly. If it's making sense, like, share, and subscribe. They see where they crossed the line with you. They see where you felt disrespected because you showing up as a high priestess, you knew what was going on and you didn't reveal it at first, or you didn't reveal too much at all. But maybe this person feels your disconnection, your independence from them. A high priestess is the type of energy who spends more time alone because they feel like they're more fulfilled in being empathic and just showing up for people, or showing up for the world, in a sense where they can be a source of peace for people, or just promote a lot of peace. They just feel like they're what are those people, those humanitarians, or a missionary woman or missionary man, like that's those type of people. Or just a free spirit, somebody who just not about toxic relationships, not about forcing things to fit that don't matter. Tell me more about this Temperance. That's a Sagittarius energy anyway. But this Sagittarius is looking one way. The Emperor is looking at this high priestess. Like, we could have been, or what could have been, or I don't know if they have regrets. They feel like they do. Like, they feel how you feel. What was done to them, they did it to you, is what it gives me. Three of Cups is about social networking. So they could have met this person through business interactions or business endeavors. Or they had to get to a space where if the person is social networking, they weren't the most loyal to this Emperor. What's on the bottom is the Eight of Swords. This person, honestly, the past, the deep-rooted pain they had to get over is with this Eight of Swords and this Three of Cups. They were being plotted on. Like somebody tried to scam them or did successfully scam them. Look, what's on the bottom? The Five of Swords. The ambition was to stab them. They stabbed them in the back. So they had to get over that. That was more than just somebody cheating. It was betrayal. Like they could have hit this person where it hurts the most. Like you hit a man in his pockets, that hurts more than you cheating on him. Or it could have been a plethora of both. It just feel like it could have been an attack on his business or attack on his family dynamic, or you know what I mean? Like this is somebody who will get to where it was like a bullying tactic. They who could have manipulated this person's emotional state or emotions for them, and they weaponized it against them like a stroke and strike. This could have been somebody who it's just an ambitious thing. I'm going to get to the top. They could have used this person to get to the top as a reliable resource, because this person, if you're in an empress position, you're well known in the community and well received, well respected, people accept you, people love you. Like you could do no wrong. Like you're the apple of the community's eye. You get what I'm saying? So this person could have been publicly humiliated, even if everybody didn't know what was going on. It was just blatantly disrespectful. This emperor gives me the impression that their work is deeply fulfilling, and they could have caught feelings trying to work with somebody, or just was messing with them in some way. That's okay. They get a lot of optimism from you. What I see is they see your gifts, they see your talent, your extraordinary talent, because you got two cards talking about peace, and you also have a light worker card. You don't have to talk about it, you can just be it. Maybe this is what this emperor is saying to the high priestess. Like, I don't think that's taboo if it's your authenticity. Like, you don't have to, you could just be you. I'm not trying to box you in. Maybe they could have tried to box you in or make you fit a mold that just doesn't fit, because they could have been smitten, or just really like they only had eyes for this person that ambitiously stabbed them in the back for whatever reason. Doesn't matter. Or they could have been trying to make excuses why it wouldn't work. They starting to see all the reasons why it could, because you're an asset to the community as well. You know how to read the room, so why wouldn't you be an asset for someone who studies, like who has a business? Like somebody who has a business has to pay attention to economics, financial state, like everything that keeps a business going. So why wouldn't you be? You see what I'm saying? Like, but it could have been somebody could have met someone like that, and they could have been on a darker side of what it means to be a high priestess, and they just were just not. They just, whether they were or they wasn't, they just bold-faced stabbed this man in the back, and this person was they were still shell-shocked about it. So now you are in an emperor position as well, like a female, somebody who has their own assets. You have a life. You have your own. Okay, like being this way paid off for you, and I feel like this emperor is a lot more like you than they are different from you, and they can relate to how you move. They get how you move. You could be a mystery to most people, but they understand how you move, how, you know, what makes you tick. And I feel like you could have had intellectual conversations, because the Five of Swords is facing this emperor. You see what I'm saying? There's somebody who didn't care. They was just smiling in the face and stabbing them in the back. Their smile came from what they can ambitiously get, is to hide that knife that was going in their back. And the Eight of Swords is plotting on somebody, or have people running and social networking with you, and you don't know what they're up to. You don't know that they really your enemies, whether he slept with this person or not. Maybe they did. That's what made him catch feelings. But the bottom line is he had to overcome all of that and get more balanced, get more acclimated with his own spiritual well-being. So he's ready to put the past behind him. Maybe he wants to have a real intellectual conversation with you. It's something about you too that makes me feel like you can talk for hours. You have a connection. You have a way of communicating with each other that feels like a euphoria, that puts you both in a real dreamy, mystical space. Like that Neptunian space. It hits both of y'all the same. and you became shell-shocked. And you had to get to a place in space where you no longer felt that pain. And maybe you absorbed a lot of what this emperor was working through, and you end up getting the short end of the stick as if you did something wrong and you didn't. It happens. The moral of it all is we all go through stuff. There's darkness and light with everyone. Like, all of it is meant to teach you a lesson. And nobody wants to focus on the past or even anything that's just remotely negative, seeing that all the backlash you faced and you still got your flowers or planted good planted flowers in good soil, as they say. Like, you turned all that negativity into something fruitful for you, with peace, just keeping the peace, just being at peace with yourself. So little do you know, even if you never speak to this person again, this is what you taught this person, and this is what that dream actually meant, in case you were wondering. But I get the hint. For a lot of people, it's like, if I had a dream about a person, what does that mean? And this is a more in-depth thing that I can't. It's almost like it started off as Jay-Z. I can't see it coming down my eyes, so I gotta make the song cry. So they say it to you and they put it in a way where you would get it. It's like a love letter, but it's very in-depth. It's the truth. So you can take what you will from it. You accept it or don't accept it, but it is the truth. And you left a mark on this person that's deemed as positive and forward moving. They look up to you just like you look up to them. They respect you, you respect them. Isn't that so nice? Didn't we almost have it all? Okay, I'm done. All right, y'all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.